Hello everyone, my name is Olamide.
And I am Ola.
And you're listening to Ola and Oyin podcast, where we discuss and engage on topics and issues that concerns us as human beings, especially stories of growth and learning for young people like us and for even older folks.
Hi guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Ola and Oyin podcast. I am Oyin and Ola is here. So in today's episode, we are going to be having a book discussion, and we're going to be discussing what we thought about the book, things we learned, what we agree on, what we didn't agree on, and all of those things, the juices and all, our first impressions and every other thing. So the book we're going to be discussing is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Did I get that pronunciation right? I'm sorry, sir. Sure. If I ruined that name, I am very sorry. I didn't mean to, but I'm not Portuguese, and I apologize. But the effort counts. You get, it's the effort that matters. A lot of people can. Yes, so it's the effort that matters. So, anyways, Ola, what do you think about, or what's your thought about Alchemists?
Yeah, for me personally, it's a great book. My first impression, I wasn't this a fiction person.
Okay.
If you observe, I've always been into non-fiction books, but The Alchemist stood out from many fiction books that were pointing at me. So I went for it, and summarily, it's a great book. It's a book I will read over again without getting tired. So I think it's a metaphor of the journey of man's search for meaning in life.
Okay.
The story, it was about the story of a Spanish Andalusian shepherd boy who was so in love with shepherding, his sheep, but because of the incessant dream he was having, felt a need to go in search of a treasure he didn't even know, how to get,
yes.
Existed. So he kept on coming. So he along the way, he met a lot of people in the way. I don't want to go into the details.
Spoiler alert.
I don't want to do the spoiler. I went to see her to interpret the dream, but they couldn't give him something cogent. They all told him to follow his dream, to chase his personal legend. That's like the word for chasing your dream in that story. And then a lot of things, old things happen in the journey. And at the end of the day, it was all about the journey to finding your personal legend, your treasure, the boy's treasure anyway. So I'm trying to adapt it to our life now, but it's all about the boy's story. So that's it in a nutshell. Like I said, it's a metaphorical story for the journey of man's search for meaning and satisfaction in life.
Yeah. As for me,
so what about you? What was your first impression?
Is it that first impression thing? Okay, first off, I am not so much of a reader until very recently though. So the first time I heard about the book, The Alchemist, I don't even think I've really heard about the word before, The Alchemist. I don't know what an alchemist is. So in my mind, just the chemist at the back made me think something, this is going to be a science book. Like, who asked? You get, this is a science book, and I don't think I'm ready for all the reactions and everything. So through recommendations and people saying, okay, it's nice, it's this, and okay, I decided to give it a try. And since I was told it was like a storybook, why not? If not, I like stories because I can visualize, I can, I see it as movies, and so I picked it up and I read it. At some point, I got stuck, and I would explain later. And I didn't want to read it again for so long. But then I picked it up again and I completed the book. So now, I did a little bit of, revision before the before we started this podcast. But then, in summary, for me, I want to say this in Yoruba, so apologies to our audience that don't understand Yoruba, but I will interpret it as much as I can. Okay, you would help me. Thank you very much. So, in summary, it is Ikoto Nwalo Shokoto, Owa Labe Shokoto. Ola, help me out. Interpret it. That's the summary of that book.
Okay. Literally, what you're looking for.
So whatever it is you're looking for is within. Let's just put it that way. So what you're looking for out there is within you. So it's like you have to look within.
Me. I wanted to interpret it literally.
Trouser, right? What you are looking for in Sokoto, as in the state, Sokoto state is in
not many people
pocket of your trouser. Sokoto state is in Nigeria. You get?
You get it a wider audience.
It is in Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria.
But and you don't interpret.
I know. I'm just saying that if that was what you were trying to say, don't be a killjoy. All right. So, what were the highlights? What were the lessons learned from the book? Some of the things you picked, aside the overall purpose search.
You know, if you have read the book and if you have not read it, I'll try to make it.
Don't spoil it for those that have not read it.
No, it's not a spoiler. It's just to give you an idea of what.
By the way, it's a spoiler because we'll be spoiling it, so guys, we are sorry, but if you have not read it, probably you should read it before listening to the podcast. Then come back to listen and comment. All right.
At this point, we are already almost halfway gone into the podcast. Anyways, I was going to say that, like I said before, it's like a metaphor for a massage for me. And I keep saying that. So, if it just speaks to us as human beings, and I feel it really attacks young people. If you have a dream and you want to, you should go for it. It's not even you want to. You should go for it. Don't let fear debar you from going for your dreams.
That's true.
Don't let people, debar you from going for your dream. Then don't let the uncertainty that surround future debar you from chasing your dream or your purpose in life, of finding who you are. Sometimes this thing can be abstract. I want to find myself. I want to find a passion in me. Maybe you are looking for your passion, or in that book was treasure.
But
more personal legend.
Ola, let me come in now. You said don't let fear stop you from looking for your passion, for your treasure, for what it is you want to be in life forever. But the thing is, we say these things every time randomly. Don't let fear stop you. You have to be determined. You have to be. But the thing now is, from the book, the guy already dreamt, or the boy rather dreamt about the this particular treasure. But for some of us, we don't even have we don't have that dream. Not like you get the kind of literally dream. Like, we don't sleep and dream about stuff like that. So I was supposed to find it. I was supposed to know that this is what we're looking for. At least the guy had an hint that, okay, this is where he's going to. But some of us are even confused. We don't know which one is.
It's not in the literal sense dream, like sleep, and you understand.
I know. But I'm trying to say that I'm talking about the book now. I'm talking about the book. I know where you're coming from, but I'm still trying to say that you want people to dream, but there is a lot of people are confused as to, yes, I want this, I want that. There are a lot of things there. You can dream to be a lot of things. Do you understand?
In the book, I know where you're coming from, but I don't think that is what. So I think the author was not focusing on how to dream. You understand? The book does not focus on how to dream.
I know, I'm just going outside the book a little.
That's why I'm saying that if we are going to talk in the confines of
the book,
what the book, we'll be talking about moving from having that dream, chasing a purpose, having a purpose to chase, or whatever it is. It might not be treasure somewhere or anything. So because it's not literal, if we are interpreting it. So it's about the journey. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
Where from point A, where you say, okay, I want to even discover myself. Discovering yourself can be, it might not be something you see in your dream, or because it's abstract, kind of. So I want to even find the treasure in me. You understand?
I guess.
So it might be something like that. It's taking a step from that point. Because if you go throughout the book, after he started having those dreams, and he went to meet a seer to interpret what is the gypsy woman, to interpret the dream for him. He wanted to be sure before he took the journey.
Sure.
You understand? The woman was like, go for it. Didn't give him something to hold on to. You understand? So I think he met another man.
The old man, a king, yes.
He calls himself king. But in all, it was seeing omen like a pointer, like a validation for what he was about to embark on. Like, boy, you should go for it. You understand?
Yeah.
He was seeing signs.
Even though he
like
didn't,
signs.
actually, at that point where he met that old man, I think that's also to tell you that you need people, whether you know them or whether they are close people you talk to always or not, or they are new people
that give you pointers.
You need people. He didn't even realize things were omens. He didn't even look towards whether they were good omens. He knew omens, but he didn't know whether to watch for signs or not. But when he met that man, he realized that, oh, okay, I need to watch out for signs, and that would lead me to where I want to get to. Do you get? So sometimes in life too, it's like that. There are things you already know, but you don't pay attention to just because maybe you're just used to it. But then if somebody now makes you aware, you're like, oh, okay, I know this thing, but I don't.
For example, you want to chase about 2-3 things. Then when you start seeing signs, then you start narrowing down to one thing that you should really be pursuing.
Mm-hmm.
That can be omen in another story. You understand?
Yeah.
He met a lot of people. A lot of things happened to him. He lost money. He was robbed. That could have.
And the aspect of that loss.
Going back to where
that's
started
like,
from.
should we say that part of loss of money? It's like you're back to square one. You have you hit rock bottom, and then at that point there was a little, okay, he had to persevere, he had to continue, and he also had to be grateful. He also learned to be grateful in whatever situation he found himself.
Exactly.
You get? So at that point,
you know what he did? Okay. He decided to pick up a job with somebody to find money.
And the way he picked up the job too.
The way he picked up the job was kind of funny. I was trying to go over it again. The guy, he went to a glassware shop. The guy was like, no, I can't give you a job. So he said, no, I'll help your business. All these glassware, they are dirty. I'll help you clean them. And you start selling. The man was like, no, I can't. Then he picked up some glassware right in front of me, started cleaning it. People came in and saw the neat glassware and they started buying. And the man was like, oh, really? Okay, yeah. I'll hire you. So I think he spent about 3 years right on the journey.
Was it up to 3? So I think it was about 1+.
1 to a head, something like that. But for me, it was all about journey, process to getting to where you want to be, getting in search of your life meaning.
Yeah, and not focusing on the process. Downs.
He did not just live Andalusia where he was shepherding.
Andalusia.
And landed in Andalusia and landed in Egypt where he was told that his treasure was. He did not just live in his snap. You understand? He did not just get this. It was a journey.
Then and it's also talked about ignorance. Like when you don't know what it is you are looking for, you might not know how to act. In his mind, or when he met the robber, the guy who stole his money, he thought Egypt was very close by. But when he spoke with the crystal merchant, he realized that even if I had to work for the whole,
was disappointed.
I was still not. So he at that point he wanted to go back to his old life. He wanted to go back to what he was used to, what he knows how to do. But there was still that, that drive to keep doing it. So there are two kind of people: those people that want to keep dreaming, and those people that want to fulfill their dreams. Those are like it kind of defines those two types of people. It's okay to keep dreaming because that dream makes you, it keeps you alive. Yes, it makes you feel like, yes, this is something I'm living for. And there are people who want to fulfill the dream. Like there are two different people. So people fulfill their dreams and people keep dreaming because it's what keeps them alive. They don't want to go for the next step. And that's what happened to the what's the name of the other guy, the crystal merchant. He didn't want to go to Mecca because what else would he be doing after he has gone to Mecca? He thought that there won't be any other thing else to live for after fulfilling the Mecca dream.
Personally, I think
that was where I stopped. That okay.
I think fear affected.
And that was what I'm saying. The fear, not the fear of not going to Mecca, not being able to go to Mecca, but what else will I do after going to Mecca? Because I believe that Mecca is supposed to be the ultimate. Do you get? Like that's where everything is supposed to be.
He doesn't have enough. Because he felt Mecca was the end of living.
You get. So he did not want to end it.
Exactly. So he wanted to keep
dreaming and
in that imagination of, I'll go to Mecca one day. I'll go to Mecca one day.
And in a way, he was really complacent. He didn't even want to go to Mecca again.
We talked about motivation values in episode 2 of this program, when we were talking about when you keep thinking, okay, having that beautiful imagination in your head of, okay, this is how it's going to end, but you're not taking the steps.
Yeah. Aside from the overdose too, something else happened to the man. There's something I noticed. Okay, I picked up something while reading the book that people end up doing what they feel is important rather than what they want to do or rather than what they love to do. Going back to where the old man was talking about the baker. He was talking about the baker, and do you think he loves baking bread? And you would think that was the life's dream. That was what he wanted to do, being a baker. But no, he wanted to be a shepherd, wanted to travel too. But because it feels like people, we tend to do what we think people would see as relevant. Some of us people want to become doctors, want to become engineers, because that's what people think are relevant. You get? So whatever it is that is relevant now. Back in the days, nobody wants their child to act. That's some of the things that
even for the shepherd boy, he was already happy doing what he was doing back home.
I know he was already happy.
He wanted to be a shepherd.
Exactly why I said sometimes when you now have that means sometimes when you have an alternative, you might not set out to do the major things, and whereas the alternative is like a means to an end, it's not even the end. So, but because we feel we're already here, we are comfortable, we are, we become complacent, and we don't want to.
You don't stop dreaming. You don't stop going for your dreams.
You get, but we end up maybe not stop dreaming, but we don't pursue the dream. We don't. No, it's not like we stop dreaming, but we don't pursue the dream. We don't see the need to pursue the dream. Then we enjoy dreaming, like we just enjoy it. Like, okay, I could possibly do this.
After he left, okay. So in his journey to searching for his treasure, I think he worked for the crystal merchant, got some money, and felt, okay, this is the right time to leave and continue my journey. Then, he asked question. He landed in how he could get to Egypt, the pyramid. Then they gave him direction. So long and short, he found himself in the desert on the way to Egypt, and a lot of things happened too. There was a love theme in the book that happened. He met a woman, Fatima. and then a lot of things that were uncomfortable. But still in all, he was still hopeful of getting to Egypt. He met the alchemists, people that turn metals into gold, But he thought when he met the alchemists, I think that was where they picked the book for, because I was wondering why the title of the book. He felt, this guy has the solution. He would tell me what I've been looking for. Like, he would simplify everything to him, because all along he has been relying on hope. But spoiler alert, the alchemist didn't even know. He too was on a quest to finding something. You understand? So he met Fatima, he met the alchemist. There was a point where in the desert there was invasion from one part to the other. So there was this magical thing about the book too, where he turned his soul into the wind, and the wind started speaking, So a lot of soulful things. I don't even want to go to the soulful spiritual part of the book, but for me it was how it was undeterred, because it could have just said, guys, I'm going back. This is not worth it. You understand?
Yes.
But he found himself in terrible situation in the desert, and he was still hopeful. He kept his hope alive. When he met Fatima, he found love kind of in the desert, strangely enough. He was contemplating at a point whether to choose between staying in the desert, because there was a life in the desert for the people that were travelers, and stay with Fatima and make babies and all. But the drive was...
But not just the drive. Fatima also helped, because she said if he had to go, he should go. So I feel if she had probably gave him the option of, the book could have ended differently, I think. But because there was...
The author would say that...
You get... he might decide to pick, because to him, he already felt Fatima was greater than the treasure. Because he found love. It was the omen. He already smelt her before. Is it smelt now? Okay, he already perceived her before, perceived her scent before meeting her. All those kind of things. So you already feel like this is it. This is the final. So, but the girl also made it easy for him. Okay, I'm not going to stop you from chasing your dreams. So you can go and then come down.
Come back. That's an important point too.
Yes, the man tried, the writer tried to create a balance. While writing.
Yes, I think love is supposed to help you achieve your dream. In some sort of interpretation, that's what I see it to be. It's not supposed to hold you down from chasing your dream.
True, though.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
I get you.
It was critical. That part you highlighted was critical. A lot of life lessons from every
part of the book.
I'm telling you.
Yes. He was even talking about focusing and living. Sometimes we focus so much on what we want, and we lose out on the opportunity to experience life in its full form. But so the book also talked, remember the part where the old man was telling him about the story of a man who told his child to sort out the wisest man, to tell him about the secret of happiness, and then gave him the wisest man now gave the guy a spoon filled with oil and told him to walk around his castle, or is it castle now? I don't know. Told him to walk around the house without letting the oil spill.
Yeah.
And the guy went. He was so focused on the oil not spilling, and he did not even notice anything. The paintings, the jewels, he did not even notice. He was just so focused on the oil not spilling. And then he came back to the man, the oil still intact, and the man was like, "Did you notice this? Did you notice that?" He was like, "No," and he felt bad. The man was like, "Okay, now go and see everything and come back." And then the guy went, still carrying the oil in the spoon. He went, he enjoyed the scenery, he looked at everything. But by the time he got back to the man, the oil was gone. No oil in the spoon again. So now the lesson is, even though you are trying to, enjoy life and everything, but try to balance it. Enjoy the life while also trying to watch.
Maybe the man could have just said, go the third time. This time, focus on it.
The book did not do that, but I think I
focus
also
on the oil and try as much as possible.
Remember how they stole the money from the from Santiago, the guy, the main character in the book. Okay, so now he was already looking at the guy. He was closely monitoring the guy with all his money. He was closely monitoring the guy, but just a little distraction when he saw his sword.
A sword, a big sword.
When he saw that sword, he lost his attention was divided, and by the time he was supposed to return, by the time he was supposed to look around to see if his new friend the guy was gone. So that's
that's the thing about distraction in life.
Yes, that's you get. So there will be
that's the thing about
distractions, obstacles, and then those are the things. That's why they said it's not a smooth sail. Like life is not a smooth sail. So there will be ups, there will be downs, and you don't want to dwell. Yes, he didn't dwell on the downs.
The way the author wrote the story, because with all those distractions that slowed down his journey, he didn't go back. That was early in his journey.
Yes.
Money
he found another way to
keep the dream alive, to keep the chase alive.
When you found out that Egypt was farther than he thought, and he was now thinking of going back to his homeland, like Andalusia, like, oh, it's just 2 hours away from where I am now.
Yeah.
Do you know what he thought about? He thought about, oh, I'm 2 hours closer to Egypt. Even though I have spent a year here trying to find my, working with the crystal merchant, so he already spent a year instead of 2 hours. The plan was to move from his place straight to Egypt, but due to the incident that happened, he had to walk, and then he spent an extra year. Okay, so the way he thought about the fact that, oh, okay, even though I can go back to where it's 2 hours away and continue my life as it was before, why not pursue this treasure, which is I'm already 2 hours closer to it? Like, that's like, how many people can think that way?
At the end of the day, he got to Egypt. He discovered that he was told that he met a man, a funny character person. Can you remember that part? He met a funny character that told him that what he was looking for is not in Egypt.
It's actually
where
the story started from. Like
where the story started from, where he was having the dream.
That's
so he needed to just dig up the ground where he always lays his mat, and then there's a hidden treasure down there.
And you know that? Okay, continue.
Let me journey back home again
to get the treasure.
To get the treasure. He didn't even say immediately like what is all this? Why are you guys? So he went back home again and dug that place and found this treasure. That means it was within all along.
It's all about being curious. I think it's curiosity that helped him. If you are just lost interest and but that kind of thing, you have to be curious. Are you serious? So where I'm coming, you must be joking. Let me get there and not find it.
Yeah,
we see what I will do to you. So that kind of thing.
He really wanted to find that treasure.
You get. I really want to see if this thing actually exists, or you guys have been deceiving me. And that's what life is about. He's just going to take you to the next place.
That from Egypt back home.
Yes.
I think we must have passed the
back
desert.
Is it Spain?
Did he talk with Fatima? No. When he was going back to,
I think he said. I think so.
No, he went back home, got the treasure, and then he said he was going to look for Fatima again.
But I'm not sure, because the book ended with Fatima, I'm coming or something. I really can't.
That's what I'm saying. He already got the treasure.
And that means he's going to go back to Fatima again. That's just the hint. So he found the treasure and he found the love of his life.
I'm saying that from Egypt now.
Yes.
When the funny character man told him that.
Okay, did he stop? Okay, I don't know about that. He went back
the same route.
I can't remember that.
We don't know, but I'm imagining he went back the same route.
Okay, did he stop? And
he did not even stop because he had still not found that treasure, even though he got to Egypt.
Yes.
You understand the point I'm trying to make?
I get you.
So it was after he found the treasure, okay, I'm going back to my love. I don't now know if he settled down in the desert with his treasures. But I think it's a whole lot to unpack from the book. When you read
as humans, the uncertainties of life is part of the drive, The fact that we want to find something. If we know what is going to happen the next minute, really, what's going to be exactly. Someone should just tell you that you are going to, maybe this is what's going to happen tomorrow. It's all the what they call it now. That eagerness, to find it out. You don't care again. You already know what's going to happen, so you're just waiting for it to happen. Okay, so there was also this the parts where he was digging up the treasure at the pyramid of Egypt, thinking that was where it was, and then the guys, I think they also robbed him at that point. They took things that he had and were like, he probably even stole the goats and everything. And then one of them, I think the leader of the gang that attacked him at that pyramid, was like they should leave him, and that next time he will not be that stupid. That he also had the same dream of him digging up a particular treasure at a particular church in Spain and all of that. And Spain is where Santiago, the guy, is coming from, the main character of the book. That's where he was coming from. Like, that's where he started. That's where he dreamt and then started the journey to look for the treasure at the pyramid of Egypt. So the guy was like, next time you won't be stupid to believe all those kind of dreams. That they also told him the same thing, to go in search of this thing. That is it that stupid to go and be looking for something from, like, we leave Egypt to Spain to look for what? All of that. But the guy did not. The guy, that's the thing. These things is all about. That guy did not make a move because he didn't believe in such things. But this other guy, out of curiosity and something happening, you having the same dream a couple of times, I don't know how you will not be bothered. That you will be thinking is just, if I had that kind of a dream like just once, I might really not count. But if it happens like twice or thrice, I'm like, okay, calm down. What's going on? No, there's something about it. I'm sorry. I just feel like you should at least want to know what's up. Why are you having the same kind of dreams? So it's out of that curiosity. The guy went back. The book, it was the same place the book started from. That was where the guy had to go back to. So he had a particular dream at that same place, and then someone is telling him that, like, I also had a dream like yours and blah blah blah. And for the guy, for the other guy, yes, for that other guy, it's even like, okay, you are leaving Egypt to Spain. The treasure is not in Egypt, it's in Spain. So at least you are going somewhere. But this guy left Spain to Egypt in search of the treasure that was in Spain. Like, can you imagine? Look at what he had to do.
That's the irony of it.
Exactly.
The person that if that guy had taken his own journey from Egypt to Spain, he would have found the treasure.
Exactly.
You understand? And this other person that came from Spain to Egypt in search of what was originally in Spain.
That's it.
No.
The book is just packed.
Because that guy did not take the book.
In the book, you learn. I learned that sometimes you need to lose something to get something. It's just how it is. You lose something to get something. And then even this Yoruba, is it phrase now or Adejo? I don't know what to call it right now. Where they say, like, the misfortune of someone else is probably someone else's success or something like that. I don't know how to interpret it literally. But at least if the other guy had gone to dig up that treasure, the other guy would not find it. So, well, good radiance to,
Yeah, the story is, like I said, there's a whole lot to unpack. I always say it from that book. Even the journey of Santiago from Spain to Egypt every step of the way you have lessons to learn.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, he got to Egypt, the pyramid, met somebody that was supposed to take his own journey from Egypt to Spain, made the original treasure. The irony there, it's just
in
funny.
a way, it's just
going
life.
after your dream. Yeah, it's just life. And in the beginning of the book, the author wrote that when you make up your mind to do something, I think that's a popular, that the universe conspires
to help. Yes.
To help you achieve it. I think it's the conspiracy of the universe that make that guy not go eventually. Maybe he
does not really want it, because he does not really want it. It's not as if the universe, it's not really want it, so there was no need for a universe to help. But you know that on the flip side, there's actually a part where they were talking about, for that, I think there was when we were talking about the Alchemist, they believe in the soul of the world, and the same thing when you want something really, like if you really want something, that's when the soul of the world is at its highest or something like that, and then you feel very positive. But and then you see, I had it was somehow, it's like even if you want to do something very bad, in a way the universe will still help you. That's what I think. Okay, calm down. You were talking about beginner's luck. They talk about beginner's luck in the book. You know that in gambling, I'm sorry, I don't vibe with gambling. I don't think it is a good thing. I don't know what any other person that does it. I don't have a problem. Yes, they do. People, why do you think people go back to it? Because they played 100 naira and I won big money. They try again. That's beginner's luck kind of thing. And by the time you are already invested in it, you already, like, you feel like that's the thing, that's the way forward. You now think that it's going to be like how to start all over again. It's going to be hard, so you are trying to push your luck. The same thing the guy did. He got to a point where there was no more luck. He was already thinking, wait, all this beginner luck I had in the beginning, what's happening? He entered the shop, decided to clean the glasswares, and people started coming to the shop. He brought the idea of drinking tea from the glass. People accepted it. Those were the things that made him keep going. Like, okay, things are working out. But at some point, things really went, he didn't even know what else to do.
It's just life. Like exactly. I said, it's the journey of life. Like, I don't want us to talk too much about it, because some people might not have read the book,
I know, that's true.
So in a nutshell, guys, I feel this is a great book that everyone should read. That's my opinion. I don't know yours, Oyin. What do you think?
Yes, I strongly recommend it for people to read if you are looking to be motivated, knowing that yes, life would happen. Your dreams are valid. You can dream. Some what's this? Days back, I was watching Your View on TVC, and one of the co-hosts was like, she's a filmmaker, and then she was like, her driver told her that, madam, I go like art film, if you feel help me. And then the other hosts were like, isn't he already old? And the lady was like, what matters is he still has the dream, and then he wants to do it. So if she has any role available, she would help him out, at least put him on or do it. Because people, most of our old folks and people, they left some of their dreams because they wanted to satisfy maybe their children, their relationship, or whatever was going on in their life at that particular time. So sometimes you leave your dream to pursue some other things because for the comfort of other people. And then when you are back to, okay, I want to push, dreams are valid, you can push it. There will be stops. This guy had to stop to work for 2 years, not because he does not know where he's going to, but he had to work. At least he's not going to go there without any means. He needed something to get there. So dreams are valid, you can dream. And I know that we are in a world of pressure now. Everybody is pressuring you to move as fast as you can, but take your time, really. The fact that somebody else is successful does not mean your own success is not going to. By the way, the story ended the way it ended. We were talking about if somebody had dug up the treasure and he would not find the treasure. Well, that's the story. If somebody else dug up that treasure, then he would find something else that would not be his own personal legend. You get what I'm trying to say? And even for me, I don't think that was actually the personal legend in that story.
Exactly.
I feel like all the life lessons that he learned, that's actually, he needed everything to be who he is.
I just saw process in the
really,
journey
just
of
read
life.
the book. I'm not going to say that it is 100% fantastic, because you might read it and not vibe with some of the things, but I'm sure you're going to pick one or two things.
It's a fiction. It's a fiction. It's not a book, it's a life story. So the author wrote it in a way he wanted to write it.
Yes.
I'm sure it was selective in a way he wanted it to finish, in a way he wanted it to start. You know how you think about fiction, but forget about the story. The lessons beneath each stage of that book,
that's what's important,
can be adapted to you, to your life, forever and ever. It's a book you can go back to your shelf and pick up again and read. Even the author says he still rereads his books, especially The Alchemist. He still picks it up again and read it. If you're at a crossroad, you can just think about the story of maybe the Pista Merchant, and then you're somebody in the character in the book. And that's it. So, your rating
of the book?
Over 10.
Over 10. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll give it an 8 over 10. Because I just want to keep 2. You get
Nigerian lecturer.
But you still got an A. What's your problem? A na A.
What do you mean? What's the truth for?
Why
would the truth be true?
Well, because in life, not everything is perfect. If I say 10, people will think it is perfect. But really, for that beginner's luck now, I don't want everybody saying, okay, because something is working out for them, probably that's their way. I feel like in that place, but then it's his story. He wrote it the way he wanted, and I like the twist. The fact that he took us through a journey, and then we had to go back to the same place we started from. That's one smart writing, and the way he connected everything, even from the beginning when he wanted to talk about the guy's purpose, the way he connected the story of a jacket he was carrying, there was a flow, and it was really nice, and the flashbacks and everything, great.
Yeah, because when I set out to read, I'm really about what I'm getting as a lesson
from it.
So I really don't look at how you are writing. I don't know, that's left to book reviewers or whatever. So I really look at what am I getting. So on the basis of what I'm getting, I think I rate it a 9.5. It's a book I read and think about again. Like it comes to my mind at certain points in life, and I still pick it up and read it. So it's one of the major books on my bookshelf. So 9.5.
But then, if the story wasn't captivating enough, you might not want to finish. So you don't. How would you know what you're getting from the book if you are not able to read it? Like there has to be some drive.
Thankfully, it was captivating.
That's what I'm saying. So give him kudos for that. So don't say just because of the lessons. He's a great writer. I know.
I understand your point. Yeah. And it's not your point. Of course, give it to me. In fact, I'm still looking at buying some.
By the way, I don't know, what's your opinion on the title of that book? I'm thinking Personal Legend or Santiago, because really, why the Alchemist?
I don't know. I think I like it because it gives you that. What's the Alchemist? You even want to check the meaning of Alchemist. The condition and state of when you see the book.
But then I think probably because there is something about the Alchemist that relates to soul of the world and the whole personal legend thing,
the fact that he doesn't have the answer, that was the part that I really
remember that story of the Alchemist when they said there was a particular thing that was written on an emerald. And the guy was asking that why not give people the emerald to just learn what they have to learn. And he was like, people want audio. If it is easy to get, they don't see the fun. They want you to make it as tasking as possible for them to be able to get it. So that's why they had to use codes and all of these things. And then, I kind of vibe with why Alchemist should be the title, because the guy actually had to go through a lot of process to become who he was at the end of the day, because he learned a lot. So the title, okay, maybe now thinking deeply about it, I vibe with the title. Okay, I give you one more.
Come on.
Hello, why? Which one is Nigerian lecturer? No, I don't understand. I'm not a lecturer. Okay, guys. So that's our discussion for today. Wow. I actually enjoyed this discussion.
Yeah, I think, I enjoyed it too. I don't know, I'm hoping that more people will pick up the book and read, and then leave a comment maybe after reading. And then if you have read it, tell us what you think about the book. How do you relate with the book in your own life journey? It's all good. It's all learning and growing. Yeah, that's why we're discussing about it.
Exactly. So, Ola said it all. What you learned from the book, share with us. If you don't vibe with some of the things that we said, let us know. And if you do agree, also let us know. Okay, so in our next book discussion, we are going to be discussing The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Oh God, I cannot wait for that one. Very funny, like I cannot wait.
You know what?
Yes.
From The Alchemist, there are a lot of subtopics we can pick out and talk about as young people.
Yes.
And then in Mark Manson, something I will not give a fuck.
Let's not even go
there. I'm just saying, I'm excited.
Yes, guys. So if you read the book Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, share what you think about the book with us in the comment section. We might just read some of your comments during our next episode of book discussions. And if you haven't read it, you can just pick it up and read before we do the discussion. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on all platforms you listen to podcasts on. We are on Spotify, Anchor FM, Breaker, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and Linus Up website www.linusup.com/podcast. And we're also on YouTube, so send us comments, voice messages, and just connect with us. Olamide, it's a wrap. Any final words?
Nothing much. I think we've taken a lot of time because it's an interesting discussion. So see you guys next time. Bye.
Go for greatness. Bye.